welcome back to MLW Insider. We have a big show coming at you today, as for the first time since winning the National Openweight Championship, Davey Richards will speak one-on-one, and you get it right here on the Insider. But first, let's take a look at what's trending. We have big news. The road to MLW's first big fight card of 2023 is heating up. In an Insider exclusive, I can confirm MLW has just signed a huge dream match for January 7th in Philly. Jacob Fatu will wrestle Ben K for the first time ever. A decorated top star of the Kobe Japan promotion Dragon Gate, Ben K is a former Triangle Gate champion, Open the Dream Gate champion, and a former two-time Open the Twin Gates champion. And as we say in MLW, styles make fights, and the chaotic carnage of Jacob Fatu should mix well with the explosive power and uncanny endurance of Ben K. Don't miss Fatu Ben K and get those tickets at MLW2300.com right now and see a Fusion TV taping as Fatu and Ben K throw down for the first time ever. In other news, rumors are swirling around the Bumaye Fight Club's camp in Atlanta. What's up? Well, we don't have to wait long to find out, as Alex Kane will make his first statement since the big title fight with Davey Richards this Thursday on Fusion. And speaking of Davey Richards, who was jumped and had the historic Opera Cup trophy stolen earlier this year, tips have been pouring in, including this one all the way from Belgium. I believe I saw someone in Antwerp, Belgium, of all places, smuggle that cup into the harbor. I have no proof or pictures, as I needed to get out of there quickly, so I can't give you any more information. Hope this helps. Well, thank you to Wim from Belgium. Unfortunately, this isn't much to go on, but hey, maybe someone will drop a dime and give us a scoop on the whereabouts of the Opera Cup. And with that, now it's time for the Fusion Rewind. Stream Fusion for free Thursdays every week on Pro Wrestling TV, anywhere in the world, on just about every streaming device. Fans feasted on a match 6 months in the making on Thanksgiving, as it was the last dance for the dynasty. Hammerstone and the most dynastic of them all, my man Richard Holliday, went to war in a Falls Count Anywhere match. While Holliday clearly proved he was the most athletic, attractive, and dynastic, Hammerstone got lucky with a blind, deaf, and clueless referee and survived with the title. Hammer, clearly Christmas came early for you, but I did enjoy the unexpected gift of the night as the judge EJ and Duca stepped into the title picture and left Hammer in a heap of shredded table and debris. The undefeated NFL draftee turned pro wrestler staked his claim as the true titan of Major League Wrestling as a sold-out crowd in New York City watched. What shape will Hammer be in going into this title match this Thursday against Bandito in Atlanta? I think we know the answer. And speaking of answers, Taya Valkyrie answered all questions about Brittany Blake as a threat to her World Featherweight Championship, where Aloka's first title defense went off without a hitch. But what's next for the Canadian luchadora? With league officials in talks with several women about joining the featherweight division, expect some interesting title fights in the mix for 2023. And speaking of interesting, did you happen to notice when Hammerstone was walking out of his locker room, a certain business card happened to pop up? In fact, the same business card we've seen littering bodies as these calling card attacks continue in MLW. Call it a hunch, but my money is on Hammerstone being behind the attacks. What better way to take out contenders to your belt than to have some goons do the dirty work for you? Just saying. But enough about that goon, and now let's move on to this week's exclusive interview as I welcome MLW National Openweight Champion Davey Richards onto the show. Davey Richards, welcome to MLW Insider. How have you been?
I've been great. How have you been?
I'm doing really well. There's so much to dive into, so let's just get right to it. As you were the first to be drafted in MLW's open draft last year, and now fast forward to this very moment, you are the National Openweight Champion. So first off, congratulations. And secondly, how has the last year and a half been for you here at MLW?
Wow. Yeah, being the number one draft, winning the Opera Cup, having several match of the year contenders versus, TJP versus Alex Kane versus Alex Hammerstone. And then, of course, defeating a very tough Alex Kane to win the MLW National Openweight title. And just been really, breaking down that forbidden door and defending the MLW Openweight title in various promotions. It's just been an incredible year, and I'm really thankful to been supplied a rocket to strap to my back by MLW. So it's been really good. Really looking forward to 2023.
I was about to mention that that's only the beginning, and I'm so happy you brought up the future because you recently signed yet another deal with MLW, re-upping with the league and extending your time here within the brand. So talk a little bit about that decision to remain Major League.
It was a very easy decision. In the same vein as me originally signing with MLW in the midst of being offered contracts by other places. It was very organic, their perception and their ideals towards wrestling as sport first is very in line with my perception and my ideals. So it's been a very organic process, and they're all about supplying the best competition, whether it be from America, from Europe with the signing of the Billingtons, Japan with a partnership with Dragon Gate, Mexico, and Canada. They're interested in bringing the best competition, and that's what I live and die by.
But you brought up the Billington Bulldogs there. I know that you're a huge Dynamite Kid aficionado, and of course his nephews have inked with MLW. So do you think you could see yourself either competing against them or possibly with the Bulldogs in the months ahead?
I would be extremely surprised if that did not happen.
I love that.
Yeah. So, obviously we're all cut from the same cloth. But that being said, whereas always that cloth is a very competitive cloth. So I'm sure we'll compete against each other. I also have a tag team partner out there right now that would love to do some battle with the Bulldogs. So We'll see if we get Bulls versus Bulldogs thing. But if not, I'll definitely be looking to throw my hat in the team with them.
I love that. And you had mentioned the Forbidden Door earlier. Of course, you kicked that down this year, representing MLW in not one, not two, but 3 wrestling organizations between Impact, NWA, and New Japan. So what was that like for you?
Humbling.
Your face says it all.
Yeah, very humbling. I have a lot of history in Impact. I have a lot of history in New Japan. And there just is a lot of history in NWA, especially where I did it, which is, at the Chase, which is the famous venue in St. Louis, where I'm from. So just being able to, not only take the, the flag of MLW and stick it in the ground in Impact and stick it in the ground of NWA and in New Japan, but to do it in, places that mean a lot to me, being in St. Louis for NWA. It's been a very humbling experience. And it also helps that we stole the show every time. So.
Absolutely. There's been some incredible competition since you arrived in the brand, but who would you like to defend the title against next?
I mean, the thing with MLW is you never know who they're going to sign next. Court literally seeks out, I think he must have his own private pilot or something where he just goes to different countries and comes back with people. But, I had a match in Atlanta, Georgia, versus SB Kento from Dragon Gate. And there's just something about my style that's so ingrained in that Japanese style of wrestling that we just click every time. And that's the competition I like, best. And he got very close to beating me. So it's like, I won, but so definitely people from Dragon Gate, SB Kento, a rematch there would be on the top of my list. But right underneath that is just the stellar talent we have at MLW. I mean, Alex Kane's not going to stop coming from me, and me and Hammerstone are always, I feel like me and Hammerstone are like the Randy Savage and Hogan at MLW. Like, no matter what happens, we're always kind of destined to battle forever. And and I've never wrestled Jacob Fatu. I mean, can you imagine that match? I mean,
I can.
Oh my God. And now, Davey Boy Smith is back, you know what I mean? So, who isn't there? I'm excited, you know what I mean? But top of the list, if I had to narrow it down, if I'm forced to, Dragon Gate guys. Yeah. So I like to see how we Kento.
That's awesome. I mean, there's obviously so much coming up, so much on the horizon. So I just want to say thank you so much for letting us see a little glimpse of what's to come. And of course, just for joining me today, Davey. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cannot wait to see what else happens with that title around your waist.
January 7th, we're going to get the ball rolling for 2023. Let's do it.
Let's rock and roll.
Bye-bye.
That's all for today on MLW Insider, everyone. Fire up your streaming device, phone, smart TV, whatever you got. Set a reminder and stream Pro Wrestling TV this Thursday at 8 p.m. Bandito, Hammerstone. The Super Series kicks off from Atlanta, and you can watch it for free on MLW Fusion on Pro Wrestling TV. I've been Alicia Atout, and we will see you this Thursday on MLW.